Robert Downey Jr. getting cast as Bruce Wayne at the time was seen as really weird, like Lindsay Lohan getting cast as Wonder Woman, but it ultimately paid off and is one of the best casting decisions ever made. He's so perfect as Bruce and even Batman. I usually don't like it when they make Joe Chill more than just a guy, but I kind of love the little irony that he was an employee at Wayne Enterprises, leading to Bruce shutting down the gun manufacturing wing. And I love the evolution, even just in this film, of his outfit, showing that Bruce does learn from his mistakes. Gwyneth Paltrow, I can't really say her last name too good, and she's a little crazy in real life, but she does a great job as Vicky Vale. Her and Bruce have perfect chemistry. Making Alfred an AI is really unique, and it does set him apart from Jarvis and Marvel. Jeff Bridges as Hugo Strange is a unique take on the character. He kind of reminds me of Derek Powers from Batman Beyond, in a very similar situation with Wayne Enterprises. And the end fight between the two dressed as Batman was really cool. But I don't really like that they killed him off at the end because it feels a little waste of a character, which is gonna be sort of a trend in the DCCU. Not that many villains go to jail. And of course, this film made the post-credits scene famous, with Amanda Waller recruiting Bruce into the Justice League program. 2008's Martian Manhunter film, it's kind of... Edward Norton is a good actor, but I don't know, he just doesn't really bring the sauce to the character, if you know what I mean. Anyone else remember that 2003 Martian film? No? Me either. I think most people just remember this film mostly for the end fight scene with Solomon Grundy, which does look kind of cool, even if it's the only time we actually see Solomon in the film, and he does have a pretty bad design. Luckily, they will finally remember he exists and give him a more comic book accurate design in the Miss Martian show. They made him a kryptonite experiment, which I think I really like because it interconnects the universe more. But I was upset they set up Hector Hammond just to completely forget about him for 20 years. But he should be reappearing in Superman Brave New World. Batman 2 is a little bit worse than the first film, but it's still a very solid film. Mickey Rourke as Bane was pretty good. And I know Sam Rockwell's Joker was very controversial at the time, but I don't know, I kind of like him in this film. He's just kind of jokering around. Even though it is definitely weird that he's not appeared again since this film. This is our introduction of Don Cheadle as Duke Thomas's Signal, even though in the first film they definitely set him up as Robin, and with a different actor. Films just hate Robin, I don't know why. And him and Bruce fighting together against the knockoff Bat Knights were really cool. Super unintentional, but that kid dressed like Batman in the crowd is Tom Holland before he played Bart Allen in Flash. Jon Favreau plays a mix of Jim Gordon with Lucius Fox. He's okay in this film, but he gets a lot funnier later. It's cool seeing Waller again and the introduction of Scarlett Johansson as Wonder Woman, even though it sucks that she didn't get a movie until way later. That post-credit scene where we saw Aquaman's trident was insane at the time. I think everyone can agree that Chris Hemsworth is literally perfect for Aquaman, but his solo films tend to be a mix of some of the worst or some of the best. The first film isn't bad, but I do think it's probably my least favorite after Martian Manhunter. But again, Chris is great in the role, and I like seeing him get humbled throughout the film. Tom Hiddleston as Orm, Ocean Master, is the best thing in the entire DCCU. Natalie Portman as Mara is really good, but she's not going to be around a lot because of some behind-the-scenes bullshit. They did do some perfect casting for some of Aquaman's friends, but it's they're so offensively underutilized, why even bother? Idris Elba as Volko was pretty cool and will get cooler later. Also, Jeremy Renner's Green Arrow appeared in this film. But I think my favorite in Phase 1 next to the original Batman has to be Superman Man of Tomorrow. He's just such a perfect Clark Kent. And I know, especially when this movie was released, a lot of people were joking about how he once played Negative Man in the old Doom Patrol films, but come on, move on. And I do love seeing his transformation and origin throughout the film. The comic book accurate propaganda suit was great. And the unique World War II setting definitely throws back to the old comics. Haley Atwell as Lois Lane was pretty iconic. Her dad, played by Tommy Lee Jones, was in this film. But I love the setup of Jimmy Olsen in this film and his connection with Clark. Him as Guardian fighting with Superman was really cool. Hugo Weaving does a great job as General Zod. I like the detail that the Phantom Zone projector cube thing he has was his ultimate downfall. Ultra Humanite is in this film before they became the Ultra Humanite. And I like the twist ending of Clark was trapped in the Phantom Zone for 70 years and now he's in modern times. Which ultimately finally leads into the Justice League film, which is definitely one of the best and most iconic superhero films ever. It was so cool seeing Tom Hiddleston return as Orm and get the proper helmet. He's teaming up with Starro because he was the villain in the first Justice League comic. The invasion of New York is one of the coolest looking action scenes just ever. This is our introduction of Mark Ruffalo as Martian Manhunter, and he definitely is the best of the three actors who played him. I don't know really what else to say. There's really nothing wrong with this film, other than it's kind of weird Signal wasn't in here more. Nothing really much else to say, but that Darkseid reveal at the end, though. And before he reappeared in the Legion of Superheroes film, everyone definitely thought he was General Zod. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.